Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.
Well, I had a wild week.
Tell us, please.
It was my birthday week.
Yes, it was.
Man,
I turned 44 last Saturday.
A year wiser.
Welcome to the club.
And I want to go ahead and make that birthday part of the trip on this segment.
Did you say fofo?
Yeah.
You the magical fofo?
Yeah, I am, baby.
The law of 44 attraction?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So, I was over at Lola's, and we called this delivery service to get some herb, right? They got some fire, that lady and that dude I was telling you about.
Okay.
And they bring the weed, bro, and I go out there, and the guy hands me some shrooms, and he's like, hey, you know anyone that does shrooms? And I took the shrooms, and I was thinking about you, fool. And I was like, yeah, man, my homie does them and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I go inside, bro, and I'm sitting there, and they just started calling me, bro. Even though I'd never done them before, I was like, man, I really want to fucking eat these mushrooms, bro.
It's my birthday.
Yeah, it's my birthday. I'm chilling. I really want to do this.
Shit's meant to be.
Yeah, and I haven't done anything like that. Well, I've never done mushrooms, and the last thing that I've done psychedelic was LSD when I was 16. So we're talking like 28 years ago.
Damn.
So I start off, dude, and I'm just eating one cap and one stem slowly. I'm like, fuck it, I'm doing this.
Well, you called me, remember?
Yeah.
He calls me and he says, all right, so I did one cap and one stem. Should I feel anything? How long does it take to kick in?
Yeah.
I'm like, how long has it been? I think you said about 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't really feel anything yet. And I was like, well, if you don't feel anything yet, do a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that was the last I talked to him.
So I was
until
like,
the morning.
I was like,
when he had all these texts on my phone.
So I was like, fuck it. I had a whole nother one. I held another cap and stem. So now I had two caps and two full mushrooms, two caps and stems. Then there was a bunch of stems in the bag, and I ate those. And then Lola had a half a cap, and I ate that.
Damn
so
it,
I had
man.
like 2.5 caps, plus like probably 4 stems, 5 stems, right?
Yeah.
So I was sitting there, bro, and all of a sudden, oh no, trip on this. So then Lola's like, hey, you don't feel nothing?
It's a real trip on
Yeah.
this.
She's like, hey, you don't feel nothing? Take a bong hit. And I was like, all right. So I got this shit called Platinum Hero OG, bro. She was strong as fuck. I pack a bong hit. Bam. I rip it, dude. All of a sudden, dude, I just felt like imminent doom, bro. Like, yeah, bro. Yeah, dude. And I was like, oh, shit, dog. Like, this is bad. And then so I sat down. I stood back up. And I looked at Lola. And I was like, damn, I'm going to have a seizure. Because I'm epileptic, right? And that's the only thing I have to reference it to. But it wasn't that.
The feeling.
Yeah. It wasn't that. It was just a big ball of fucking energy in my head, bro. Getting ready to fucking like send me on this trip, you know?
Right.
So she's like, what should I do? And I was like, fucking call 911. She calls 911. Long story short, they show up. I don't want to burn her spot, so I go outside, bro. And I'm waiting outside, bro, and they pull up, and I'm telling them, I'm talking to them. And I start feeling kind of cool. And I don't want to go with these fools because I know it's going to cost like $2,000, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I tell them, hey, man, it's cool. Just leave. So they left. And I go inside, and I start really tripping balls, bro, like hard. And I'm like, you know, and I'm like, damn, dog, what am I going to do? So I tell her, fucking, you know what? Give me the phone. I'm going to call these motherfuckers back. So now the LA Fire Department is like an Uber for me, bro. That's how hard I'm tripping. And they're like, hello? And I'm like, yeah, I just called. I did some mushrooms. I think you better send those guys back. I'm not feeling too good. So these fools come rolling back, bro. And I fucking hop in. They don't even put me in like the gurney or nothing. They just sit me in the back, and I got my seatbelt on and shit. I'm just sitting there with these fools and shit. And it starts dawning on me like, bro, they're not tripping. Why the fuck are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And by the time we get to the hospital, which was only a mile away, by the time we get to the hospital, I'm like, I want to leave, bro. Like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
This isn't where I want to be on this shit. They put me in the waiting room. Man, maybe 30 minutes go by, and I just hit up Lola, and I'm like, fuck this. I'm leaving. Fuck. You know what I mean? Because I'm basically at this point waiting to have a seizure.
Man.
In the waiting room, I might as well go wait with her and chill out.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I call the lift. I jump in the lift, bro. Get back to her pad. lay down. As soon as I laid down, I was cool as fuck.
Man.
And I'm telling you, when I was in the ER, bro, and I was having the visuals, because the first 2 hours I was having these gnarly visuals, I was fucking tripping, dude. Like, the tile, I showed this fool the tile. Didn't I show you the tile?
I want to show Ronnie the picture of you laid up.
Yeah,
you look
bro.
so peaceful.
Bro, the tile was moving and shit. It was crazy,
Look
bro.
at this man. Look at this man.
Yeah.
Please, look at that is not the red of my iPhone.
Yeah.
That is the red of Emmet's room that he had. It was a nice, cozy red, like he was cooking in the little toaster oven.
I never been so relaxed. And all kinds of fucking, like, crazy fucking, how do you say?
My man said he saw the life force leaving his
Yeah.
body.
Yeah. That's what it looks like.
Hey, who is this? Lola's crib?
Yeah.
Bro, that big tree in the
outside.
background seems like it's perfect for what you guys were doing.
Yeah, bro. The tree of life. We were
Yeah,
fucking,
look at that with the lights too.
Yeah, bro.
That's a perfect spot for a little trip, man.
We were tripping. It was the perfect spot.
You didn't have out of the body experience.
Yeah. That shit was wild, bro. So,
Good shit, bro.
yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, brother. So, yeah.
That was good.
Enjoyed the rest of it. But then I found this, too, which goes along perfectly, bro, with what the fuck I just shared with you
Can I
guys.
see your lighter real quick? I don't know where
Hell
mine
yeah.
is.
Here, check this out.
Thank you.
So, look at this bullshit. Magic mushrooms grow in man's blood after injection with shroom tea.
Why the hell? Injection?
Yes,
He
bro.
injected it?
Yes, bro. He made tea and he injected it into his fucking veins, bro.
And the
'cause
fungus
it's a
grew
fungus,
inside of
it grew inside of him, bro.
Wow.
A man brewed a tea from magic mushrooms and injected the concoction into his veins. Several days later, he ended up at the emergency department with the fungus growing in his blood. The man spent 22 days in the hospital, with 8 of those days in the intensive care unit where he received treatment for multi-system organ failure. Now released, he is still being treated with a long-term regimen of antibiotic and antifungal drugs, according to a description of the case published January 11th in the Journal of the Academy of Consultation Liaison Psychiatry.
Fungus is amazing, my man. Fungi.
Yeah.
When I watched the documentary on fungus, I grew a whole new respect for fungus. For one, it's not animal or plant. And then I realized that the myconium or whatever, I'll have to look up the name of it. But pretty much the fungus that's under the ground, bro, has a network that communicates with the trees and helps the trees move nutrients around. It's a big ass family. They work together. Like, it's basically like the fungus is the network and they charge network fees. They work with the trees, like a bigger tree be over here, but the seedling be over there.
Okay.
And in order for the big tree to get over, nutrients or pass water, whatever the case may be, they use the highway made by the mycelium. I'm gonna look up the name because I'm fucking it up. But it's a fungus, man.
Hey, the fungus is the United States
Man,
Postal Service.
It is, brother.
No, remember that shit?
Yeah.
Crazy.
And then see, the fungus could get inside the man. You
That's
could get
crazy,
a fungus on
bro.
your toe, athlete's feet.
Yeah,
Like,
for
fungus
sure.
is there really as the cleanser of the earth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It breaks things down so it can be reused and new life can sprout.
The fungus is among us.
Fungus is amazing,
You
bro.
know what I'm saying?
And yes, it's magical. The magical mushroom.
Ronnie's
bro.
a fun guy.
I'm open.
Ronnie's a fun guy.
I said I'm open. Not like that, people.
Whoa.
I'm open to the fungus.
But that's crazy,
The
right?
power of the fungus.
This fucking guy injected this bullshit thinking he was gonna get
Now
loaded.
he was a little off his Richter.
Right?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? You're gonna trip anyways. Hey, and let me tell you, bro, I have newfound respect for people that do things while on mushrooms, because I've met plenty of people, like when I used to work at the bar, I meet people all the time that were like, I'm shrooming. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But now after doing it, bro, fuck that.
Yeah.
I want it, dude. I want
yeah,
nut.
you
Next
told
time
me
I
that.
do it, I would only lay down. I would never be like out at a bar or like doing something. Like, nah, it's just not. It's not that thing.
Right.
Not for me. It isn't. Not yet.
Yeah.
I'm good. Nah. And I only took like 2 grams. Imagine a whole 8th, bro.
Right.
I saw Mike Tyson eat a whole fucking 8th on a podcast, and I'm like, damn, now you're gonna talk? You're gonna talk and converse with people, bro, after an eighth?
Right.
That's fucking crazy.
You know what probably happens is you get comfortable with it, so then you want to try it in different settings.
Yeah.
Because what I was gonna make the distinction for the people is I did this before when I went on my retreat, but for me there's a difference between doing psychedelics or healing drugs or natural remedies and these type of things that can have mind altering experiences. There's a difference between doing them in a setting that's more of a safe, quiet, healing setting, and then doing it as a party, social, with your friends, shared experience. To me, there's a total difference there. So when you're doing it in a quiet space, kind of where you got to at the end of your trip, then that's like a self-exploration experience, like going within and tapping into whatever your creator or the God consciousness, But then when you out and about, I think it's more so tapping into the collective, and that may be overwhelming when you first starting. So I could see what you're talking about, but then I think people get to that point over time, I'm not even saying I'm there, because I did it in a quiet, safe setting. I don't know what the fuck it would be like out and about, like in Vegas or something. I'll be tripping balls too, bro. All that noise and excitement going on, around, stimulation.
Even when I came back and she turned the TV on, I was like, no.
You know what? When you said that, bro, I related because.
Want to hit this?
At the retreat I did the shrooms on recently this year. Yeah. They were playing music, bro, and it was like flutes and drums, etc. And he made a playlist specifically for the trip. And at first I was with it, it was vibing, I was feeling good, relaxed. But after that shit kicked in, I did not want to hear that motherfucking music no more. And it reminded me of what you said, like all that shit it was irritating me. It sounded like clutter, and I remember I had some, they told us to bring, what you call it, to block the sound, like earplugs. Earplugs, yeah. They told us to bring some of those. So then once I remembered I had them, I was like, oh yeah, let me block that shit out. And it helped me. Like as soon as I blocked the music out, like that peace came back. Yeah, so I know what you're talking about. Sometimes if you can't control your surrounding and you're on that shit, that could be a bad mix.
I didn't enjoy it. But yeah, when everything was quiet and I was just under that blanket and it was peaceful, that shit was amazing, bro. It really was. The whole thing was dope. I wouldn't change my first trip for shit. Now, obviously, I don't want to do every trip like that, but that was my first trip. I loved it. I was like, that was dope, bro. Because it was literally in a matter of an hour, the paramedics came, I went to the hospital, and was back at the house in 1 hour's time, bro.
That's crazy.
Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.